Well, happy Tuesday night, guys. So Matt is at Kroger picking up lard for me, and the littles are in bed. Eric is in bed, and my night is not done yet. I need to get started on my future mushy peas, and I promised you guys a video on this, and I will definitely show you. This is a very traditional Northern England Welsh side dish. In many cases it's served with fish as a side dish to fish. However, in my home, where I grew up in a Welsh household, mushy peas was a staple for every holiday, especially Thanksgiving. So I'm going to show you how I make it. I've made it for years. I've always had Thanksgiving for my family, and then honestly, my mom, she was always in charge of the mushy peas, and it was something that we made together on Thanksgiving. And since her death, I have stopped making them. And so this is my first year getting back in the saddle and making my mom's, one of my mom's favorite dishes here. And so we're going to serve it this Thanksgiving. I think it's time. So I'm going to show you how I make traditional mushy peas the way my mother taught me, the way that her mother taught her, and her mother taught her. First, we're going to talk about the peas. I ordered these off of Amazon. You need a dried whole pea for this. Traditionally, you would use a marrow fat pea or a matured field pea for it. But that is very hard to find here in America, so these are hard enough to try to find. You cannot use a split pea. I know some people use frozen peas. That is not tradition, or canned peas or anything like that. I was taught and raised to use a whole dried pea, and so that is what I'm using. And I know these can be tricky, so I'm actually going to leave you the Amazon link that I use to buy these down below for anybody who wants to give this a try and doesn't want to go searching for the right peas. So I bought a big bag. This is a 5-pound bag, but I plan on now being able to make it a lot more often. But we won't be using all this. We'll probably be using 1.5 pounds or so, I would guess. So what we're going to do is I'm going to rinse them off in a strainer over at the sink, and then we're going to go ahead and add it to just a stainless steel bowl. So now that I have my peas over here nice and rinsed and strained, just kind of like you would dried beans, pick through anything if anything looks a little funky, and go ahead and add your peas right in here. And I used about 2 pounds of peas. I want to make sure I have enough for leftovers, and enough even to give some to my sister if she wants some. So alright, so there we go with that. And now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to be adding some cold water to this. Okay, so there we have it. And now's a good time too, if you find anything that's kind of discolored or anything that looks a little funky, go ahead and pick it out of your water. So I have my water filled about 1 inch or so over my peas, and now I'm just going to get out some baking soda, and I'm just going to add about, my mom always just sprinkled it, but I'm going to add probably maybe a teaspoon, maybe 1.5 teaspoons of baking soda. And this is just going to help soften those peas up. And we're just going to let these soak overnight. This is it. So, memories of my mom doing this the night before Thanksgiving. So, and Christmas, and Easter, and you name it. So, alright guys. That is it, at least for tonight. So I will see you back here in the morning. Well, split second for you, but we'll cook these up together. And if you've never tried this, treat yourself at least once. If you don't do it for a holiday, at least treat yourself. If you want to do something traditional, have fish and chips and mushy peas. But they are excellent. They're very simple. They're delicious. I love them. It's just, it is my childhood. So, all right, guys. See you in the morning. Yes, please. Okay, guys, we are back. About to rinse our peas. about 6 cups. There we go. I'm going to go ahead and throw some salt in there. All right, just a bit of sea salt. And then we can adjust that if we need to. Add a little bit more. All right, I'm going to turn this on. And I'm going to start cooking this down until it becomes mushy peas. Okay, I switched pans to my stainless steel pot because my mom always made them in a stainless steel pot. So here we go. Okay, as this is cooking down, you'll see I'm kind of losing some water here, which is totally normal and part of the long process of cooking mushy peas. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to add a bit more water to this. So I wanted to bring you back to show you what it should be looking like, and it's looking like mushy peas. Okay, when you get to this part, you really want to watch your liquid. You want to keep it moist. You don't want to keep it too dry because it's still cooking, but you don't want it wet. Okay, so now is the time. You're going to taste it. Just about there. How nice and thick that is? That's a mushy pea. Right, so after you get it adjusted to exactly how much salt you want to have, and the peas are nice and cooked, they're nice and tender, and they're nice and thick like this, that is it. You can shut this bad boy off. And this, you guys, is the traditional mushy peas I grew up with. And it tastes like home. And it tastes like my mom's cooking. I have no doubt she was with me today, helping me cook these along and not burn them. My mom burnt them many a times. Told myself I wouldn't get emotional, but I did. Another huge step in my healing process. Grief never leaves you, but you can get through it. And I appreciate each and every one of you hanging out with me today, walking with me as I get through mine. I wish each and every one of you a happy Thanksgiving. Thanks for hanging out with me, guys. I hope you enjoyed this recipe, and I hope you give it a try, and if you do, make sure you comment down below and let me know. Alright, you guys are a huge part of my heart and a huge part of my family, and don't ever doubt that. Alright guys, happy Thanksgiving.